Hey guys, so today is gonna be a big video. This laptop guy is gonna build a desktop and compare it to his laptop. So I already have brought out the video where I compare them a little, but today this is gonna be the build video. And as you can see, I have a bunch of parts here, so I'm gonna be using my GTX 970 4G. The processor I don't show because it's not the one on the box. It's a Pentium box, but it's actually an i5 6400. I have some MX4 thermal paste, a temporary cooler which I found in like a shop. It's a Cooler Master TX3 I think. My A50 Evo, a new 600 watt smart RGB power supply, 8 gigs of Dominator Platinum 3 gigahertz, and they're gonna be overclocked, and I will be getting 16 gigabytes. And I also have the light bars right here and a brand new Z270 Carbon MSI motherboard. And there's also a case, but it's not really a case, and that's at work, and you're gonna see it in a second when I unpack it. But I'm gonna be building this thing today and show you what I did and some stuff, some time lapses, because I've never built a desktop before in my life. So this is gonna be the first desktop I built. I know how a desktop runs and stuff, but building it physically, I've never built like my own desktop. So let's do this. Phew. That seems to be the acrylic, which is not needed yet, so I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to put it actually in the box. I don't want to damage. Alright, now I have for the first time the sense of how big this is. And this is actually not that big. I expected it bigger. So that's pretty dope. I think the size that I imagine is probably the one that the Core P5 in reality has. So this is how big that is. That's not that bad. It's still slim. I was a little worried with where I'm gonna put it. Oh, that's very nicely done. I'll show that. So that's the layout on the inner side. So for now, I'm just gonna install the 1 terabyte drive, the processor inside the socket. The motherboard's gonna be getting on the core. I do have a radiator, but it's from a faulty Tech. So I'm not sure, maybe I'm going to do it cosmetic, but I just put the radiator on with the fans. But that are the plans for now, so let's start this out. I'm going to put the feet on. I have the manual, some things, screws and stuff. I'm going to probably need this because, yeah, I'm going to put these on the back side, and I'm going to need to mount the feet and the back rubber so I can lay it down while working on it without scratching it. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use the manual and stuff. I'm not sure if that was on video. It doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna go through the whole process. I'm just gonna time-lapse that probably or something. So my plan for this case is to actually hang it at the wall, but not for now. So for now I'm just gonna use it as a stand-up case because I don't have a wall mount for it. So as you can see right now, I'm building on the feet for it. Those will be removed later and then hang it on the wall. Alright, so far this is how the core looks. I have a 1 terabyte drive in. I put the standoff pins for the motherboard in. I put the feet on, and now I'm going to install the motherboard, but first I got to unbox it. So let's do that. And before all of you get at me with, why do you get a Z motherboard if you're only going to use an i5? That's because of the future. I'm gonna use this i5 for a year or two, and then I'm gonna upgrade to a 77K, which will be more than enough for me. And yeah, that's why I took this one. I can overclock in the future my future processor. I'm gonna use this to lay the motherboard on. That's the LED cable, which I'm gonna need. Drivers, no need for the cable sleeving. I might need that. I'm not too good with these things. Yeah, nobody has time for that. Here are the SATA cables. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the AO plate. It looks good, but I don't think it's mountable on the core. So I'm going to leave that here, and this I'm not going to use because I don't SLI. I'm not going to connect my drives just yet, so I'm going to leave that one here too. So let's put this aside. But I choose this one not just because of the performance it has, because I think it's a really good motherboard, but also because of the color scheme. I really dig the carbon on it and the black, because I'm gonna be building a black and green board, so the only thing that's not black is the I/O, which I'm not gonna see. So the silver looks really good and the carbon accent looks really good, and it's gonna light up so I can choose what colors, and that's gonna be really good with this. So now I'm gonna install it on the core. And I really can't wait to see how it's gonna look. Alright, all the pins seem to line up. Damn, that looks fine. I might wrap some stuff in carbon just to go along with the theme of the board, and maybe do that, yeah, but not now. This is just something I built now, and I will upgrade it in time and time, so it's gonna be lit, but I don't have like a 3D printer or anything, so I can't do special stuff, so I'm gonna sort out which screws I need, and I didn't film that properly, I'm sorry. La-di-la-di-la-di-la. So I connected the SATA port to one of the drives, and I have one in here, which will be the SSD that's going to be up here. And now I'm going to do these wires. I have no clue what they are. I know what they are, but I know where to probably put them, but I don't know. I've never done it before, so I'm going to have to see. But I'm going to do that. I'm not going to go with a video through that. I'm just going to show the results, so I'll be right back. The course manual is a little bit tricky because they have this nice page with all the screws, but they don't have that included in the back where you actually need all the parts. It's not saying, it's saying screw this, but it doesn't say which screw to use, so you have to revert back to this and then hope that, like, VGA module, medial standoff pole strengthening, and you have to figure out what those are or where they go because it's not really shown. And like this one is a quantity 30, and I just took the one which I saw the most of and hope I did the right one. But you have to, for the, look, there's just screws, and it's not saying which ones, even in the description, so you have to kind of figure that out. I assembled these two, I screwed these together, and then I held it in, and I screwed it on the side here, and on the bottom. And then I screwed the riser cable to this plate, and then screwed the plate on, because it's difficult to do. Then I connected all these cables, and now I can take the riser cable and plug it into the PCI port over here. So now that's connected, and that should have enough clearance for the power supply down here, but the screws are really badly shown which way they go, so you have to kind of figure that out, which is a little bit tricky. Here is the final piece of the puzzle. This is, if I'm correct, it's a power supply. Yes, it is. And they put the shitty stuff inside there. So here we have that. Boom. So what I found is when you have the power supply mounted, the van that spins inside actually makes the power supply tremble a little, so it makes noise. So what I did was I put some Velcro around this because it's just laying in there. Now I'm gonna lay it in there, and that should take care of the noise it makes. So that's something you can do if you have this case to get rid of some noise. So as you can see, I wired the cable of the power supply through here, put them everywhere they need to go. So I have one here in the drive, in my SSD, and some spare here. I put one up here, and I extended that, but that will be replaced. So I will get sleeved extensions for everything that you can see, and I will replace that, but they won't arrive for like a month, so I'll have to wait that out. For now, it just looks like this on the inside. So this is the back side. I mounted the radiator, which I was talking about, and I will go into more details in a second. So you might have spotted that I have my processor inside, well, showing some clips, but that was because my first plans were to actually use the stock Intel cooler till I get my water cooling, but I found something in like a thrift shop, very cheap. Well, actually my father did, and he bought it, so I could be using that. It's Cooler Master TX3. Alright, so I learned that this thing shoots out a lot of thermal paste real fast. So I'm going to do this again and a little bit cleaner. So that should be more than enough. Actually, I think that's a little too much still. Let me know always in the comments if I put too much, because it's a work in progress. And I just see that two of the screws inside this thing are loose. You can see the screws are dangling out there, so I'm gonna mount the screws and then I'm back again. So now mounting the cooler, I had some issues, but then I found out that you have the option to move the feet of this so it fits different sockets. I didn't know that. Like I said, I'm new to all this, but that made it fit, I think. The last one, you can't see that one, it's on this side. I think it's in, so now I have to push this down and turn and do that everywhere. Alright, that sits tight. Since this is temporary, I can deal with this, but so I have my i5 inside. I have this ugly ass cooler on top with some carbon, and I'm gonna mount the van of that too. And then now I'm gonna install the RAM. So I actually painted my RAM banks along with my video card I already had painted, and these vents are painted too now, so it's looking dope. There's going to be green sleeving, green water cooling, so it's going to be awesome. So let's install these RAM banks. So I looked in the manual and know that I have to install them actually on the second ports or something. Yeah, so the RAM banks are in. There's going to be 2 more there. Now the video card, and I'm going to put the case straight up again. So now I have to put in the GTX 970. It's not that hard. Oh, it's that hard if you don't get out the screws though. And drop them. So I had some issues with the riser cable of the thermal take, like everybody has. And the company who I bought it from sent me a replacement one, which is this one, which also gives me issues. So I'm talking about with them getting me one from Amazon, which is known to work with the Thermaltake Core P3. It's has to do something with shielding, but I want them to get me that one, and we're talking about that. So for now I'm just gonna run this one. This one works better than the old one did, but it's still giving me audio issues, and it's only running at PCI Gen 1.1. So that sucks, but the one I'll be getting probably will be good. So yeah, temporary, will be water cooled, looking dope, looking good. Not dope yet, there will be another one here. 2 banks, that will be 4, still looking dope. Sleeving is gonna replace, this is terrible. This one looks bad too, which will also be replaced. But I need a 6 and 8 pin, so I'm putting it in right now. So we have, let me do the 8 one first, because that's 6 and 2, which is harder to get in. So we have 8 is in, 6 pin is in, there's 2 left, put that here. So this doesn't even look half bad, but it's not that great. So at the moment we have this, we have not looking that bad. I even think the stock cooler, the Intel one, which is over there, looks better than this piece of shit, but the carbon makes it actually look a little better. I mounted the van on this side, you won't be able to see this. I like this is nice. So yeah, that's how it looks for now. Now I'm gonna replace these LEDs because I don't like the blue and red. So I'm gonna use this rainbow RGB 5mm LED and this indicator light for the hard drive. So I'm just gonna desolder these and replace them, and that should be good. Positive is on the bottom and negative is on the top. Use a multimeter to find that. As you can see, it's cycling through colors, and the HDD light is green, as you can see. So that sorts that. Much better. So like I just showed, this is how it looks at the moment. This is how it's gonna stay for a while till I get my new parts. I will make a complete video on how I do the water cooling. So to conclude it, we have the smart RGB 600 watt, my GTX 970 from MSI, a temporary aluminum radiator with 2 fans from Regiontech, Cooler Master TX3, 8 GB of 3.4 GHz, by the way, it's overclocked, 400 MHz, not bad. an i5-6400, also overclocked by 70 megahertz because it's BCLK, an 850 Evo, 250 gigs, and a Z270 MSI Carbon. So now I'm gonna fire this up and you're gonna see how it looks. So I have custom curves for the fans. There's an underglow with the thermal take that's going on and off. That's looking pretty good. The MSI logo lights up in green. This MSI logo lights up in green. The Gaming Pro lights up in green. I have this side disabled, but you have some LEDs right there. And yeah, so what I have to do now is wait for my sleeving to arrive, waiting for 2 more RAM banks, my triple radiator, and the water cooling. And here's my fully new built custom desktop, and I'm gonna show you the side view. And when I'm done and I have the water cooling, I'm gonna shorten this and put the video card a little bit more back. So yeah, at the moment it's not a worry because this is also sticking out, and you can see the light, but since I have my light on my phone on because many people complain about brightness, you can see also the LED changing around. I'm gonna turn off the light, hang on, so I'll show you the LEDs. Be right. So now you can see it with the light off. I have green lights on the RAM, green light with red UV light on the cable. That's pretty dope, huh? So I have that, the bottom line there is green, the MSI logo on the graphics card is green, the MSI logo on the chipset cooler is green, and my fans are all green underglow, and my vents are all painted green and black and stuff. And yeah, so this is not the final project. It's far from done. This is how the water cooling will be, and I have decided to use hard tubing, so I'll make it a little better than it looks on this picture. But I will get a triple radiator that will be mounted, so that's gonna be looking good. For now it stays on this place. I might wall mount it later. I don't have a mount for that yet, so that's my desktop, my first desktop ever actually. That's pretty dope, don't you think? The LED is changing colors in front of here, so that's pretty cool too. USB ports, it's pretty dark now, so yeah, there's my fully customized desktop, painted and stuff, which will get water cooling. So I have my screen here, it's hooked up, the mouse is hooked up, it's wireless, and trackpad is sick and blah. This is a temporary keyboard that I have. I will need a new screen. The laptop is here, but actually I can, my mouse and keyboard are actually streaming wirelessly over my network towards the laptop as well, so I can use that too. So that's pretty dope. Yeah, so that's my new desktop. Thanks for watching. Bye.